Alright, guys. It's the finals of the Pigstarcraft 8 Weekly Cup. The new patch is out. We've got new maps, old maps, and a bunch of madness going on. Shin in the top left side of the map, cleaning up his side of the bracket very easily, as did MaxPax in the bottom right for his side. So we've got ourselves a PvZ finals. I think they played last week in the finals as well, where Shin did manage to upset MaxPax. Shin, one of the few players tricky enough to catch him off guard. It's kind of funny as well, because I know MaxPax was playing back when we had maps like this, King's Cove, but he was a young child at the time, and nowhere near the player that he is today. That's right, guys. King's Cove, famous matches from like Scarlet vs. Innovation, 2018, that sort of era of StarCraft on this map. Maybe 2019. Not sure exactly when this map was in the pool. I want to say 2019 for this map, but I do remember Mass Nuke first became the meta when this map was in the pool. Innovation was one of the first players to do that, where it was, hey, it went to late game and Terran would win by spamming so many nukes. And they wouldn't win by actually making the Zerg run out of money. They would win by killing all of the Zerg's lava in production eventually, because they would just nuke the entire map until the Zerg had nothing left. It was truly a fun time. People got much better at stopping cloak ghosts running past eventually, but it took people a while to adapt to and get used to, dude. There was some good times on this one. So let's see what happens with the quick third hatchery going down for Shin. And is this a no scout for MaxPax? Yeah, MaxPax has been mixing in some no scout builds, and Shin likes to respond when he sees no probe with the faster third hatchery, because he's like, well, you don't know what I'm doing, so you might just chrono probes. If that's the case, if you don't chrono double adepts this third base, I get away with it easily. And also it's King's Cove. It's just a big map, so wouldn't mind it at all. Actually, this map might have been even earlier, because the last time, we still have a clip on this map of Estrella versus TLO, don't we, guys? Where I'm constantly shouting the whole time about building a wall and making the Mexi Zergs pay for it, which means must have been during Trump's first campaign. When we... Yeah, I'm trying to use like memes to try and remember. Like, I guess it must have been 2016, 2017. Was it that long ago? No, maybe it was. I guess that was the meme that kept on giving. So maybe it was a few years into his term. Definitely, it's been a long time since we played this map. Players are going to forget things on it. I'm going to forget things on it, and we'll see how it plays out. We do have the rocks over here. We've got this one there as well. Dep's coming around. Oracle is getting chrono boosted. Dep running forward. Queen's going to push it back. Harding used the MaxPax build in GSL on this map in 2019. Okay, yeah, so 2019. Interesting. Dude, look how beautiful this is. There's a skeleton. There's little waves on the shore with these seashells everywhere. Oh, I forgot how pretty the side of this map is. Damn, dude, that's great. I like this map. Piggy very happy. Oh, that's cool, guys. Sorry, I really like it when the maps have some nice details on it. Some good greenery up on the pillars as well. And some... Oh, don't go swimming in there. Don't drink that water. That looks really, really unhealthy. Ling's coming around the backside. Oracle came in, doesn't do any damage just yet. Remember, spores are way better against the Oracle harass directly. But Oracles are incredible defensively with their bonus energy. Dep does take down a few Zerglings before getting taken out. Second gateway comes up, third Nexus, third and fourth gateway. Gas come up as well. And then Oracle is going to come through. Oh, he's waiting. Look at this. Oh, he's waiting in the vision hole. Oh, he's waiting in the hole in the vision. He says, hello, thanks for the prize. Shin very quickly pulls the second drone away. But the hole in the vision would have made that sound a little bit less weird. I just have this... Sometimes I just get excited and I just say things quickly. But, yeah. Oh! Oracle coming in from the left side. Yeah. Queen's in position. Queen plus a spore, no go. If there's no queen, you can come in, pick off one or two drones out of spore range, run away, right? So you want to look for like these openings. Like you can harass from down here, kill the guys as they go in and out. Because the spore's on the right side of the mineral line, you just cannot attack that side of the mineral line. At most, you can kill one and run away. But even 3 spore shots, and it's right through your shields already. Oh, drone goes down. Oh, dude, Shin was real quick with that. Oh, but he cancels a little bit too quickly. He didn't need to cancel that yet. I think he just thought MaxPax was about to pull it away and did sort of a predictive cancel. Gets punished, loses a second drone. Okay, we got some cool little coral tubes sticking out of the ocean. That Overlord barely surviving there. And that's going to be something he's happy about. Bainley Nest starting up. Lair, +1 melee. Second gas, third gas, fourth and fifth gas is all going down. Going to be a Hydra Bane game for Shin. Taking advantage of this big map. Going to try and swarm over once Protoss moves out to take a fourth. It's a big map though, hard to get over here. Interesting to see a charge style out of MaxPax. Ooh, finally some more Zealots do start warping in there. And he's going to have to cancel the battery, realizing that's exposed. Oracles have very high energy, just a single one does start chasing them. Would love to see him revelate just to follow those Zerglings a little bit more now. Interesting, MaxPax didn't wall off this side. Normally people wall off this side. And you can even potentially, you could like go like pylon here, gateway core, and then wall off with extra buildings there. Or some crazy people might even just wall that off and then go straight to a quick third and then wall this off immediately. But looks like MaxPax not really having builds optimized for a map that just came out. Surprise, surprise. Double Oracle getting some damage on the Zerglings. The Zealots are solid. Ooh, Archon drop. So this was double Oracle into Archon charge pressure. But I think Hydras should be ready in time as long as Shin builds... Oh, Shin just built 11 drones. He's not banking lava. That's a problem. He does have +1 melee coming in. +1 range is on the way. Hydra upgrades. He sees the Archons and the Zealots. 10 Hydras are building. But this base is in jeopardy. Fourth base very exposed. You cannot lose this fourth base. If Shin can defend the fourth base, he should be good. But that's going to be quite a few Zealots and Archons. And with 8 gateways, another big Zealot warping coming in. Lots of Queens available. 14 Hydras, 15 Hydras in production. Some are going to pop out on top of the Zealot Archon, though, which is not good. Hydra's very fragile. One Hydra goes down. Another 2 Hydras pop out and get taken out. Oh, me, oh, my. This is looking a little rough, man. This looks a little rough. Zealots taking out the drones up there behind the mineral line. The longer MaxPax just keeps this as a standoff, the more drones go down. Shin finally running those drones away. Beautiful play by Shin to set off that stasis with a single Zergling. Lings and Hydras coming forward. Those Queens need to be in front, but they're not. The Hydras... 3 or 4 Hydras extra go down. 16 drones have fallen. And this is a beautiful timing for MaxPax. If he can just get the Archons out of there now, that is a massive amount of damage. Zealots will try to run home. 2,000 resources, better trading. And that last 11 workers was just a little bit too greedy. Seeing, I think, the gases on the third and the fourth base. Shin thought, you know what? You've gone gases on there. You've gone that. I should be able to drone up. But without Roach Tech, he gets caught. Remember, when you play straight to Hydras, you don't have that core of Roaches to defend pressures like this. You do need to build the Hydras a little bit earlier. Going above 80 workers without any Hydras was just a bit too greedy. Chat says MaxPax has this in the bag. Interesting. I wouldn't say he's got it in the bag, but if I was a fan, I would. Let's be real. He's definitely got an advantage. He's going up to 10 gates. He's only got 1 Robo. He's got Storm, though. Blink coming in just in case there's an air swap. Triple drop a lot. Ooh, I like that Shin's going to try and drop. This is a good map for dropping. There's good angles. Remember, drops have been buffed a few times. And I actually prefer Contaminate on +2, personally. Because I don't think there's any way you're going to force a fight before Storm is done. Whereas Upgrade, that Forge wants to be working for pretty much the entire game. So any delay on that is always going to be incrementally effective throughout the stages. Whereas stopping Storm... doesn't really matter because the Templar Archives doesn't have anything to do once that Contaminate wears off anyway. Chrono boosts it to make sure it will finish. Immortal's still only building 1 at a time. And he's going to go straight Fleet Beacon off single Robo. I always think this sort of play is so greedy and probably unnecessarily so. But you know what? It's not too bad. Zealots do get cleaned up. Did he have a Prism there? Yeah, looks like the Prism got intercepted. Now, this is kind of a bait, right? Because if he runs up here, you could actually trap him with force fields. The problem is these rocks could get taken down. So I do think some extra buildings should go up here for MaxPax to secure that area. He does spot the drop lords. Does he see it, though? Does he see it? Yeah, he's moving. He's moving. A few Stalkers do warp in. He needs to make a Phoenix or a Void Ray right now. He's also got Overseer there. Overlord there. 3 Overlords there. He's going to make a Void Ray. There we go. Good choice. Good choice. Void Ray will shoot those drops down very fast. And these Stalkers are in position. Shin. Oh, he's going around the back there. A little bit dicey. Units at the front about to get swarmed by Hydraling. Banelings are there ready to get stormed when they come out of the stasis trap. Stalkers are in position. These Stalkers and Immortals and Zealots being a bit distracted right now. The Overlords with all the units will escape. Mum is on the way right now. The new mothership apparently has her attack bugged, so she targets buildings rather than units. If there's buildings nearby, not a big deal, but can matter sometimes. Storm's going to land on these Banelings. Nice pullback with the Archon Storm combo. The Banelings just cannot get to the core of those Archons. But look, now you're trapped in a corner. Hydra's have an amazing position because you're hiding from those Banelings, right? Hiding from the Banelings means the Hydras get a beautiful concave, and this is actually an amazing fight for Shin. At the same time, Shin gets an unload in the natural, drops Trow, and unloads a giant steaming pack of Zerglings and Hydras right out of those Overlords, and the 4th base goes down as well. What the heck, dude? Shin keeps just winning games when I think he's kind of too late. I keep thinking he's hitting too late, there's nothing he can do. And he's real elegant simplicity in his play. He's got +2 melee, +2 range. Yes, he eats a few storms there, but he's on 5 base against 3, 48 workers only, and he smashes it. Smashes through it. What was that bag talk earlier, says Joseph Prov. Yeah, guys in the chat gonna fight. They're gonna fight now, the MaxPax fans versus the Shin fans. Game 1 does look like it's going to go Shin's way, but MaxPax, it's not far. He's on equal army supply. Shin needs to be a little careful. I think going carriers off this low on economy is almost always a death sentence, but maybe MaxPax can make some magic. He's only got 1 High Templar. No, he's just dead. This is not a good play. Guys, you have to clearly, obviously remake High Templar in this sort of game. To not remake High Templar seems crazy, right? But he's banking on those carriers so hard. Time Warp does come up. Storm does land, but that's his only High Templar. Especially when you have energy recharge. To not be making more High Templar does seem a little bit crazy to me. But Mama, with a fantastic defense, bides her time. And he has 3,000 resources out in the units lost. Maybe he's thinking, hey, I can defend this. I can hold on. Carriers are going to turn the tide. They might be able to. Stasis Trap trapping a few Zerglings. Mama adding some really good damage and tankiness. Killing her with Hydras is very hard. It's very hard. Remember, Rogue we saw lose to Goblin recently. He was trying to Hydra roll in as well. Up against Mothership, she tanks like crazy. She can kill so many Hydras. Like, Mothership is actually very good at killing Hydras. She's already on 16 kills. The supply is not that good for Shin. Shin's on 81 drones, but Shin should be dropping again. Rather than attacking front on, I mean, MaxPax is only on 3 base and 50 workers. If you just keep multi-pronging and dropping in the natural and whatnot, and denying this 4th base, then I think MaxPax should be screwed. But the supply, man. Supply is so bad right now for Shin. Despite having the economy lead, he's going Spire, Infestation Pit, trying to make Carapace. Oh my lord. Is MaxPax actually going to bring this back? Zerg players, you have to get your balance wine ready. Get ready. Remember? Protoss making a comeback? No! Get ready. Zergling's coming in for the Nexus Knight, though. Oh, no comeback for you, tryhards. No comeback for you. Get out of here, Protoss fans. No 3rd base for you. Prism in the back getting denied by a couple of Hydras there. High Templar carriers and Archons on the front. If they catch these Banelings would be nice. A few of the Banelings do accidentally divert in the wrong direction. New Nexus on the front here. MaxPax is going to take that one now. His +2 air weapons is almost finished. He honestly looks like he's just going to try and kill with +2. Shin backs away from the base. Doesn't feel ready. He's only got 11 Hydras. It's not enough to fight this. And honestly, he needs to force the Time Warp out, I think, before the fight starts. Because if you fight into Time Warp Storm, Archon and Mortal, just the quality of that army, MaxPax might be about to make a disgusting comeback. This is actually such a scary army. I think the fact that we're still on just Hydras with no Lurkers, no Corruptors. Like, if there was Lurker Corruptor out, I'd believe in Shin. Without Lurker Corruptor, I don't know if Hydraling Bane can do it. I mean, it all comes down to this. If the Banelings get rid of all the High Templar without any good storms landing on the Hydras, Mass Hydra could win this against this army. But if MaxPax maxes out and doesn't just throw the army away, who knows? 3rd base gets sniped again. MaxPax says economy is for cucks and tryhards. Didn't even need it. Didn't want it. You're helping me out. No worries, buddy. I didn't need mining anyway. I have a little bit of gas coming in and a trickle of minerals. That's all I need. Unfortunately, Shin, tech-wise, is stuck. Only now starting to make a hive. I actually really feel like this is a problem, guys, because I actually think MaxPax army, every second that goes by, is getting better. And Shin has lost faith in any sort of timing attack. And look at this, guys. Zealots in the left, Zealots in the main, Hydra Bane on the front. Queen's getting beaten in the main. The Hydra, a couple of Hydras will deal with it. But he knows he needs the perfect fight on the front. So Shin, not wanting to pull too many units, he's actually potentially willing to lose drones here, because Shin realizes losing drones won't lose him this game. It's losing the army versus army fight that really matters. Ling's going to come back in yet again, looking for cancels, going for a few pylons here. Not a bad move. Zealot there, 9 kills on that single Zealot before the drones do take him out. Ling's here running around. Archons say no. That is 9 Archons. No plasma shields for them. They will die pretty quickly to +2 attack, +1 carapace hydras. Vipers coming in as well. Dead space knows no bounds on this map here. It's that Warp Prism hanging out with the Overlords in the top left. This hatchery being rebuilt. Shin trying to build Vipers, but the problem is MaxPax, even as he's taking so much infrastructure damage and he's supply blocked half the time because of those Nexus snipes, he just, you know, it's such an awkward spot to be in as Shin, just because MaxPax's army is so good. And Shin, how do you force a fight here on King's Cove? It's going to be tough. Archon smashing right now. 4 carriers are out. 3-2 melee carapace. Flyer air attack on the way. Love to see these Vipers either do some abducts or some parasitic bombs on that Prism to get rid of it. So you really don't want to leave too much supply up here to deal with it. That Prism can come in at just about any time. And I think it will, man. I think MaxPax will come in with a Zealot Warp in. There's nothing there to defend it right now. If the Spore Crawler had moved to the edge, maybe. But you need all these spores on the edges. Otherwise, it's going to find a hole. 5 Overseers morphing right now. MaxPax getting close to maxed out against a Hydra Bane army. And he's forgotten to make nanomuscular... what's it called? I just keep calling it nanomuscular thrust. I know it has some lame name. It's nanomuscular something. I'm just going to keep calling it nanomuscular thrust because it sounds good. It's swell. Yeah. +3 air attack on the way for those carriers. Still no plasma shields. Shin being forced to play late game. Shin's thoughts on late game are kind of like Reyna's thoughts on late game. Ooh, 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 yuck, yuck, yuck. I don't like that. He does not want to play late game. MaxPax mining has been abysmal for so long. But look, now it's closer on the minerals. Shin's only really got a big gas lead right now. Zerglings coming forward. They get cleaned up. Few changelings coming in. Couple zealots on the right side distracting. Shin, you need the spready of all spreadies. How are you going to get rid of the High Templar? It just feels like Shin's army doesn't do anything against the army of MaxPax. You guys know what I'm saying? It feels like he should be base trading and not fighting this army front on. Like Shin, it feels like he's kind of had a good start, had a good early mid game, and now he's just kind of defaulted to I'm trying to fight front on in a position where I really can't. He's going to try to build Corruptors to deal with the carriers and then deal with the ground with the Hydra Bane. No Lurkers, no Broods though. It's going to be tough to make that happen. Zerglings surrounding some of those units. Hydra Banes trying to pull back on every single side. Carrier Archon rotating. And look at that. A squad of Carrier Archon Zealot at home cleaning up the Zerglings. Hatchery goes down. Another hatchery goes down. And this army's just so powerful for MaxPax. You can't engage it. You can't engage this. Not with Hydra Bane. Not with the garbage you're using. 9 more Corruptors coming in. Shin's going to try and use all this extra money he mined for one fantastic engagement. MaxPax at this point can afford to play it safe. He can afford to back away, land the storms before taking any sort of battles. He's also got a little counterattack army. A carrier with that army is a bit expensive and immobile. I don't mind the Zealot Archon being there. Hydra Bane's moving to the right. MaxPax is going to move into the left while trying to run away on this side. Trying to catch a few of these Corruptors as they come out. Ooh, gets rid of 1 or 2 of those. Nice. Zealot Archon carrier on the right side could go back in. Shin feels like he's trapped in a corner, man. Trapped in a corner, stuck on a mid-game army comp. And it just feels like you need a full surround to make this work. You cannot engage this front on. There's just no way. But if you, how the hell do you get a surround on this army? It's difficult. It's not easy to do. Corruptors diving on that right side. Watch out for the storms. Archons and storms, such a big threat. Shin is in trouble right now. And MaxPax has a 4th base coming up. MaxPax has ever so slowly built a very ideal army. Shin not finding a way to deal with it. Zealots are going to go into the main and clear all the tech. It's going to force him to engage. MaxPax throws down the Time Warp and the storms. Massive storms and Archon spreadies all over this army. Oh my gosh. Oh, shut your kids' eyes. Shut your kids' eyes. Guys, you are a bad Zerg mom or dad if you let your kids just watch that. Disgrace on you. You should, no. Come on. That's an R-rated friggin' Protoss loving Zerg hating film right there. Nicely done by MaxPax. Beautiful comeback. Damn, he probably is hating the fact that he managed to get taken out there. But that map is hard to finish off Protoss. It's just a shame that Shin gave up such a good advantage. This game, MaxPax does block his natural. It's Whispers of Gold. I'd say this map's much better for Shin. It's going to be tough for MaxPax to defend a 3rd, defend a 4th. Just because of the drops coming in the main, the Niduses in the main. I think drops in the main is huge, and we absolutely want to see more of that drop play. I think that's going to make it hard for him to defend. Should he have tech to lurkers? 100%. He had such a long time. He could have tech to lurkers, guys. Absolutely, yeah. Lurker Corruptor, I guess, is kind of the standard late game. It's not an amazing late game, but yeah, it's either that or he's got to force the Hydra Bane. He could have gone and forced fights more, like base traded a bit more, kept doing drops, that sort of thing. Like, I think he had so many more units that if he was hitting multiple bases, Hydra Bane drops might have worked. Ultras could have been interesting to see. Yeah, you guys aren't wrong. There weren't too many Immortals. There's like only a couple, right? So, also, the Immortals are big and chunky now, which makes me happy. The Chonkalisks get me excited. Gets me excited. By the way, little change I've suggested, and we might get into the next balance patch. Well, someone suggested to me. They sent me an email with a bunch of really good ideas. One of them was the Vipers should be able to abduct the Ultralisk. Because it used to be able to. You used to be able to, like, run up, fly your Vipers in there, and just abduct your Ultras into their main base. Or pull back a weak Ultra when it's about to die and transfuse it. It's such a, like, a meme usage of a spell that just is, like, super... It's just for style points, right? It's not really overpowered or anything like that. But they got rid of it because back in Heart of the Swarm host stalemates were very boring. And they said, okay, well, let's make it so there's a unit that can break it. People would try to go Broodlords to break it. But the problem is Broodlords would just get abducted into Spore Crawlers and killed really quickly. So they're like, well, we're going to make the Broodlord unabductable. How do we do that? We'll give it the Ultralisk Frenzied ability, and we'll include, you know, Abduct on the list of things that get blocked by Frenzied. At this point, they've removed that ability from Swarmhost because the Swarmhosts have changed... from Broodlords, sorry. Because the Broodlords... the Swarmhost changed as a unit. They took Frenzied off the Broodlord, but for whatever reason, Frenzied still is making Ultralisks immune to Abduct, which is just kind of one of those little leftover things. So shout out to the guy who emailed me that. I don't encourage people to email me messages normally, but that was the rare case where someone emailed me some smart stuff that hopefully we get into the next patches. Bring back random cool move that we used to be able to do that we just forgot to revert a change on, basically. Well, Blizzard forgot to revert the change on it. It's about 10 years. That was like 6 years before the Balance Council was around. Yeah, the Dunny. Yeah, you guys don't know Dunny, Malik? Sorry, my chat. Oh! Drone drill of 24 drones? Dude, this is such a late drone drill all in. This is crazy. The rest of the drones need to drill through. He hasn't drilled through, guys. The drones need to drill through. You got to drill more drones. He's blocking him from walling off. Oh! But he warps in another unit. Oh, the sentry went down. The sentry died before it could force field. That adept needs to stay there. Dude, he's lost all of his units. No, Shin, you crazy man. You crazy man. I saw he was building Lings, but I was talking crap with chat. I didn't realize. Dude, what an all-in. Repowering, though. Repowering the gateway. He's repowering one gateway. MaxPax trying to micro. There's just no way. There's just no way, dude. The drone drill. I am sorry, guys. I am such a bad caster. I'm too busy talking stuff. Someone was telling me a story about Bluey. Yes, Dunny is a word that we have for toilet in Australia. The Dunny. I don't know where it comes from. Do British people use that as well? Dunny's a good word for toilet. So, guys, he makes it look like a 3-archery build. The Adept goes home. And then he just pulls all the drones off the third base. And he mineral walks through. And this is something Jelizerg used against Best in 2007 OSL to secure his Golden Mouse winning victory. I used to use this a lot in Wings of Liberty after seeing that Brood War game when I was looking through old videos, when I was getting into StarCraft heavily with StarCraft 2. I decided to get inspired by old StarCraft 1 videos. I did a lot of this back then in early Wings of Liberty. But dude, essentially because you can par through units with workers, you can get through and just block them from walling off. And by the time they kill the drones, you've killed the Adepts, you've flooded in. Normally this hits much earlier than this. But dude, it wouldn't work versus an Oracle, but if you know your opponent's going Twilight, then it's an opening. And that's why Shin did this reactively. What a genius. All right, guys. Shin in the top right side of the map. A beautiful all in there. And what I love it, because a build like that is hard to hide, hard to do. And you have to do it only once you realize that they're not going Stargate. Because an Oracle with unlimited energy holds that easily, right? There's no way you're making that work versus an Oracle with the modern energy. Very unlikely. They can always just stack their probes in their corner in a little pocket of the minerals and survive. But very smart reactive all in. Ties up the series 1-1. And that's the sort of dangerous stuff that Shin's always doing. This is the thing is like, you know, I've been talking about 12 worker starts and how we could do less to give more options. Guys like Shin are so consistent at finding clever ways. Like even in this modern version where a lot of people feel like there aren't that many options, if you're really creative, there are still some really cool, clever things you can mix in. But there are just less options of them, right? Than there could be if we did the game in a slightly different way in terms of like early game 1 and 2 based cheeses and stuff. So I actually love that guys like Shin. Cyril has been so creative in the last few years, in ZVT especially, where he really needs to be against Clem and even Maru, right? He's so creative against Maru as well. It's awesome to see, you know, the way players bend the game, whatever state it's in, to their will and find a way to get as many advantages. Free wins where possible, throw their opponents off. I always love when a very clever Zerg like Shin is just getting rewarded and finding openings. I think you give him a new map pool, new little balance tweaks here and there, and he's going to be one of the first players to find ways to win with it. Adept Shade comes in. Overlord over there, off to the left of the natural. First Oracle starting up. Mostly chronoing probes so far, but I think we will chrono that Oracle now. Usually you want to double chrono your first couple of Oracles, get them on the field as quickly as possible. We'll see if at any point MaxPax does skip a chrono to recharge one of those Oracles early on. Ooh. Okay, Adept's shoot is going to survive. Ooh, barely. But I think it could get chased down unless you either instantly recall or maybe instantly shade away. You might barely be able to escape. The Zerglings are hunting. MaxPax desperately trying to get home. Oh, guys, what is this? Whoa! Amygdala's changed. It's a new version of the map, guys. Oh, what? I had no idea. They've actually put the most up-to-date version of the map. So there's destructible rocks, but they've actually got decaying rocks. So what they've got here is debris that's slowly getting eaten by this giant Zerg thing. And what happens is you can see its hit points will slowly go down. What in the Nurgle, says chat? I love it. So that's actually cool. So they're making it so the top and the bottom of those rocks will naturally open on their own. And I think it looks like they're going to open up about 8 minutes into the game. And that's just going to open up a little bit. Okay, so it doesn't open up a direct path, but it just opens up access to harass behind your opponent's gold minerals from about 8 minutes on. That's awesome. Apparently it's just a giant creep tumor with some extra tentacles attached to it, says chat. But it's also got hive spikes. It's hive spikes plus tentacles plus a creep tumor. Stasis trap goes down, doesn't actually get anything except a tiny bit of lost mining time. Oracle here, picking off a few Zerglings, looking for these drones between the rally points. Notice how MaxPax, with his Oracle harass, now spends a lot of time in between the bases trying to catch those drones as they rally. Can you heal those rocks with creep? I have no idea, guys. I mean, I imagine the whole thing disappears when it gets down to 0 hit points. We're going to see what happens. It rubs that tentacle on its skin or it gets the spike again. They look awesome, man. I really love them. They look real creepy, dude. Very creepy. Ooh, drone gets taken out. Shin's supply is really good. It's going to be a charge opening here for MaxPax. Charge +1, 4 more gateways, and a robo. That's 6 gates. Adepts trying to shade forwards. Oracle's trying to pull back. Got to get away from those queens. These 3 queens waiting for them. Nice welcoming party. You can see the Adepts tried to kill a drone there. They shot the one that just went into the extractor, so their shots ended up missing. Really nice play from Shin to shut that down. And it feels like now he's got momentum. Big momentum for Shin. He's looking very good right now. Oh, refills the energy. Oracle turns on the laser. Will scare those Zerglings away. But you see Zealots. That's really good because Shin's played Roach Warren. He's not going to get caught by Zealot Archon this time. So he's going to play Roaches. The question is, what does he do with those Roaches? Because we've seen far too many uninspired Roach Hydra timings recently. I honestly... No! Infestation Pit! Not another... It could work. If it works, we'll have to pay it. But I got to say, I really want to see not another Roach Hydra timing on this map because I think it's obvious. Then again, maybe MaxPax hasn't played that much on this. He might not expect it. I've seen so many Roach Hydra all-ins on this map. It's a big map. I don't think it's that good for a Roach Hydra all-in. And I think Shin's in a good spot. I mean, hey, you have a good start, doing it all in. Roach Hydra is kind of going to wreck Zealots. You need Storm and lots of Immortals to defend the Zealot. Archon Pressure is going to do nothing, to be fair. Yeah, it's going to be pretty scary. I think this has a very high chance of working. The way this game's gone, look at the units lost tab. It's better for Shin. He's killed multiple Adepts Zealots for a few Zerglings and 1 drone. He's up on 71 workers, just pumping Roach Hydra. He's so ready to shut this down. And seeing that Roach count, MaxPax is like, whoa, buddy, what the hell is going on here? Now, these are about to disappear, guys. I hope someone has vision of these when they do. I'm very curious. Oh, show, please, please, please. Only 90 hit points, guys. Please, please let us see what happens there. We'll find out soon enough. Roaches get frozen by a stasis. Roach speed is almost done. There's only 10 Hydras out, guys. He's gone 10 Hydras with movement. Archon's about to get vision. 25 hit points, 20 hit points, 18, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom! The path is open on the top and the bottom of the map. Very nice to see. Zealots in the main base, but they just got F2'd home, guys. Bit of a cheeky F2. The Zealots get dropped in the main, and they immediately try to run home. This is what happens, and that's why you don't use conscription, guys. You end up with a bunch of dweebs who don't even want to be there fighting a war. Warp Prism in the back. Single stasis trap on that Roach. It's a lot of Roach Ravager Hydra. Archons are going to struggle against this. Another stasis trap there. Dude, the Biles. Cannon and Battery just say goodnight so quickly. The Roach Hydra arc's pretty good. There's also some Roaches on the left that are kiting the Zealots, but they got to run away from the Immortal. The Immortal does start to fight pretty well. Shin, though, runs away. Really good micro. He's going to get rid of the 4th. If he goes Hive behind this, he can transition. But remember, if he doesn't go Hive, MaxPax can come back on 3 base. We saw that on King's Cove. Shin continuing forward. He could still get a big victory. If he can take out the Immortals and Archons, it could be game winning. Another Zergling sets off a stasis trap for a single Ling. Dude, he's doing such a good job. The Biles taking out the battery, or at least damaging it in the mineral line. The Roach Ravager Hydra standing and swinging with the Archon Immortal. Roaches come in from behind. The Archon's dropping. The Immortal's dropping. He's got it. He's got it. Shin with a great start. Slapping MaxPax down. Is he about to beat MaxPax? For 2 weeks in a row, he's getting mighty close. Shin up 2-1. All right, guys. Looks like MaxPax went for a quick scout, but he wasn't able to get the block down. Shin going for one of his famous early hatcheries. He's very good at guessing when MaxPax is going to go for that block and goes and counters it. Does not like playing standard with that 3rd hatchery. Probably part of why he did that Ling drone flood on Whispers of Gold. Now we're in Ultra Love, though. I'd say this is a really easy to defend natural ramp. The 3rd base does get a bit more exposed, but we'll see where we go. Oh my lord, Drone, thank you so much for helping us with the prize pool of this tournament. Thank you so much for the big $100, mate. Really appreciate the support. Above and beyond, mate. Slap some bacon in the chat. Those watching live, if you want to say thanks to Drone. It's always going to be free content, but it's people like yourself that allow it to continue being free for everybody else. So thank you so much, Drone, for that. Really appreciate it. Guys, that Cybercore looks kind of dark. Is that the Overlord shadow on it? I think it is, right? Oh, it is A. It's just kind of, it looks kind of weird, the shadow on the Cybercore. The lighting is kind of cool on this map. You'll notice the top side is all red now. So this is the latest version of the map, and the bottom side is all blue. So, I mean, this is super cool, guys. Is this one red as well, or is this still just diffusing random blue? This is still diffusing blue stuff out. Friggin' crazy, dude. This map is so friggin' awesome. And you notice there's red lines on the ground. On this side, there's blue on the ground. It's just awesome that you can tell the map maker's just added some nice stuff. I think Ultra not new version, says Shin. This is one with Watchtower is cut off, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It just means the Watchtower is cut off. Not too much else has changed. I actually think this version might be better. I don't know which one is the final version that the map maker put in there. Oh, this one's actually got the red. Oh, a red blood tumor, man. The other one looks kind of like a planet, right? Because it's got like green in there and stuff. But this one just looks like a friggin' tumor of death. So sick. Oracle coming forward. Okay, so very standard double Oracle into 2-gate play. Shin has been entirely unpredictable in this series, and he's doing incredibly well right now. Oh, the map maker's in the chat right now. They said, as the map maker, this is the final version of the map. Tactical Fluky, you made this map? Dude, this map is beautiful. Well done. I don't know if I'll enjoy playing on it, because it does have some, well, I mean, like at some point, I'm sure I'll get angry at playing on it, but aesthetically and design-wise, it does look very good. Oracle's gonna have to get recalled. Oh, good recall. Very good recall. So this is the final version, according to you. Yeah, well, I kind of like that the watchtowers are harder to get to. It's only after you break the rocks down that they get opened. I think it's a bit better as opposed to the watchtowers being here and providing so much vision. I always prefer watchtowers that aren't quite as oppressive, you know? If you want to pick up a unit and drop it at the tower, cool, you get a little bonus, but otherwise you got to break the rocks to get to it. It'll be super OCD inducing if player colors don't match colors on the map. Oh, that's funny. I never even thought of that. Steps coming in. Ooh, not going to run the drones? Surprising Shin didn't run the drones. He's got to run them further, though. They're still in reach. Running there doesn't do anything. 4 drones go down. Make it 5. Make it 6. Nope, just 5. Pretty good D. There is still 1 adept left there as the Zerglings clean that up. Oracle's on the right side. Ready for a run by. Queens are in position, though. Beautiful, beautiful positioning. 48 drones for Shin, 54 workers for MaxPax. MaxPax has gone back to some more standard play. He's playing Blink into 6 gateways, and that's not a bad way to play at all. It's a bit more standard. He's got an early Robo as well for scouting and potentially a Prism. No battery in the third, though. Those Oracles are going to be needed to defend this base. Probes and Oracle lasers going to be able to defend there. No probe losses going down. Overlord in the back. Oh, there's a red storm on the edge of the map. That's so cool. Oh, this side has a blue storm. Dude, I didn't realize there's like red storm going on the edge of the map. Sorry, I'm not even casting the game. We're just admiring the friggin' finishing touches on this map. That's awesome. Robo Bay coming in. Fourth one is there as well. Oh, look, I didn't realize, guys, the black hole in the middle actually has the red and the blue energy meeting here. Very cool. Oh, Infestation Pit. Shin's going to play macro, guys. Shin's going to play the ultimate mind game and just rush to lurkers. Something he very rarely does, but you need to do it in a best of 5. You need to, once in a while, do it because you know, MaxPax, otherwise, he might just be able to play super safe and careful and kind of hedge his bets. Shin tries to take the tower, can't quite get to it. Because those rock slings are up there right now. Stalker's running forward. Nidus Swim. No, oh, never mind. This is exactly what happened last week as well, wasn't it, guys? Exactly what happened last week, where I said, "Oh, look, he's gonna go Hive." Yeah, I was having a deja vu, and then I'm like, "Oh no, he's just going Nidus Swarm Host." I'm dumb. I don't think it worked well last week because he was already kind of behind when he went up to it. This time, I think his start's been okay. I think you want to make sure you try and mass Swarm Host now. With the Stalkers on the front, it's a little scary too, though. And the longer you delay these Swarm Hosts, the better it is for you as MaxPax. MaxPax just blinking back Stalkers individually with multiple stasis traps to fall back on. Fourth base over here. 10 Swarm Hosts on the way. I think he's going to stop at 10. Shin normally doesn't go to too many. I don't know if he knows about this stasis trap to the south. Sets off one of them, but not the other. Colossus Stalker. How does that do against Swarm Hosts? Well, the Colossus is very good at killing the Locusts. Another stasis trap gets set off there by just a couple of Zerglings. Yeah, the problem you run into with Colossus Stalker is that it's you know, it is not the best at killing roaches, one could say. It is very mobile, though, and you can really push and pull with it very nicely. Already, first Nidus is coming up. Roachling trying to come forward. Shin stuck on the back foot here, and MaxPax just grinding him down with Stalkers and Colossus now. First Nidus Worm coming out. Swarm Host getting ready to throw their payload into the Protoss base. If they can snipe a base, it could be big, but he's got to control click these and micro it. He does. Very important that he micros this to not land on the Stalkers or they just blink away. He's got to go for the Nexus. He's going to go for the Nexus there. Battery trying to heal. It's going to survive with the Colossus, the Cannons, and the Stalkers. It is going to survive. At the same time, Roaches and Ravagers run forward, trying to engage. Takes out a few Stalkers, but the units lost 2,500 resources in favor of MaxPax. Now, there's no other Nidus up on the front. That's a problem. He's sending a link forward. Those Swarm Hosts will be ready to shoot soon. If he can deny this fourth base with the next wave, then maybe swing back to the left and deny this with the third wave of Locusts, it could be good, but he has to get that one going sooner rather than later. Roach speed and +1 are finished. The Stalkers and the Colossus roaming the map. MaxPax has zero fear right now. And Shin, he's not going Hive, guys. He's got a, actually, no, sorry, he's got a Hive. Oh, nobody pops out in the face of death. Oh, it almost turned into a trap, though. MaxPax pulling back very nicely. Dude, the Colossus just barely survives. Oh, the battery saves it. The Roach Ravager has to back away. The Locusts get a Stalker, but not much else. And these Swarm hosts need to get out of there. Stalker's trying to chase him down. Dude, MaxPax is so good against Colossus play. His movement's just so good. What the hell, dude? And Shin's just like, what am I supposed to do? You're such a freak, dude. It's a bit of an early GG, but you know, MaxPax is on 80 workers. You're stuck on roaches. You haven't started building Vipers or a Lurker Den. You know you're in a terrible spot now. I still think he had chances to play it out. Your opponent's mostly on Matt Stalker, but he was definitely behind on 3 base. GG, well played, MaxPax. What a beast. All right. On to El Dorado. Bottom left side, Shin. In the bottom right, it's MaxPax. MaxPax playing very well there. People were saying, why are Swarm hosts so bad? And we were just explaining it, I guess, to summarize for those watching on YouTube. Basically, Swarm hosts shoot very infrequently, and you're wasting a lot of army that cannot be used defensively, because if you use them defensively, your opponent just pulls back, comes back in, and it's such a long cooldown on them firing again, they can't help. So they're very bad if they get pinned defensively, so you're spending money on army supply that can only be used to attack. And if the Protoss has mobile things like Blink Stalkers, they shut down the first wave with that single Colossus, keep the third base alive with the battery healing it, then catches the Nidus on the right side because he was a bit slow getting that up with Shin. And then, bam, your first 2 waves don't do damage. It's usually game over if you don't find damage with your first 2 Swarm Host waves. Because if you're not using that early time, like it's all about getting value. And if you get good damage, it can be game over. You kill the third with the first wave, Nidus the other side, kill the fourth, Nidus in the main, kill a Forge and a Twilight. It's often game over because it costs you nothing each time other than the Nidus Worm to throw those Locusts. It's free units. The problem is, obviously, free units have to be balanced in a way, and the way they're balanced is they shoot very infrequently. So the most solid way to play Swarm Hosts, I would say, is versus very slow compositions mech. At the pro level, it's probably, at average Joe level, it's probably good versus Stalkers, but at pro, it's better versus Zealot and Mortal styles because they don't have the blink mobility to like snipe a Nidus and then just blink away whenever the Locusts get on top of them. Chat, what came first, El Dorado or Golden Wall? It's a chicken or an egg situation. I mean, clearly Golden Wall is El Dorado's dad. Does dad not get a partial credit for creating their son, you know? Yeah. Chat says Mech is dead with this patch. Why? Why would Mech be dead? Battle Mech looks pretty sexy. I saw Clem absolutely savage someone. Who was it he savaged? Was it Solar got wrecked? It was someone got wrecked really hard by Clem. This is the Cyclone change. You know, we had battle mech for years with the old Cyclone guys, and this is the Cyclone that does extra damage to non-armored units as well. 600 damage over 14 seconds to every unit type with the upgrade is pretty sick. The new Cyclone is, if you talk to Zergs and Protoss, way more ridiculously overpowered and hard to stop. And if you talk to Terran players, it's really bad and useless and does nothing. And that usually tells you something, and it usually means it's good in some positions, bad in others, and everyone wants to complain because that's what most people do in StarCraft. I think it's a way more fun unit. I will absolutely be doing battle mech with the long range Cyclone lock on the Tech Lab Cyclone. I love that Cyclone. I really like that unit. Is it the most well-rounded? Not necessarily. It's quite well. It is, but it's just expensive to get. But I'm gonna probably do a few styles where I just build like 6 of them, and then I just go into like traditional mech off of it and just really enjoy the flexibility they give you with that extreme range. All right, Zergling's coming forward. Oracle's here as well, guys. Third Nexus goes up. Adept's in the open. Where's that pylon? Oh, good positioning. And there we go. Now the Adept gets in the wall. Now the Void Ray did not find any Overlords yet. It's about to find one over here. That Overlord's trying to run away. But the Protoss sees this is literally MaxPax right here. You think you can hide, you stupid Overlord? How dumb can you be? Literally, map has MaxPax's face on it. The Adept does get surrounded by the Zerglings. Nice move. Oracle will come in to defend, though. And a couple of Zerglings do go down. Overlord on the right side. Oh, there's a beautiful waterfall on the side of this map. I never saw that till now. Very cool. Very cool. Void Ray is going to go hunting even more. There's another Overlord here. Hopefully pulls that back as well. Yeah, that is exactly what MaxPax looks like, guys. There's a reason that he doesn't want you guys to see him. It's because he doesn't want lesser creatures that communicate using orifices to look upon his beautiful form. He knows that basically it'd be like looking upon the face of God, and, you know, our faces would melt off like in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? He's just a nice guy like that. He wants our faces to not melt off. Void Ray is going to come around behind, pick off a drone. Cute harassment. I like it. I really enjoy Void Ray Harassment, guys. It's got a bit more range than the Oracle. It's a bit slower. It's nice for low APM dum-dums like me. Cool to see MaxPax using it. Deps get a Zergling and a couple drones. One drone. Only one, though. Good Ling block there. Shin playing solid, man. Oh, we going Tempests. Guys, look, sneaky 2 Stargate Tempest. Genius play from MaxPax. Goes the Void Ray to deny the scouting so that it's completely secret. Goes the Void Ray to deny the scouting so that it's completely secret. Goes the Void Ray to deny the scouting so that it's completely secret. Meanwhile, Shin goes, what was that about secrets, idiot? The Overlord. He did not clean up the Overlord over here, guys. It sees the tech. I'm pretty sure MaxPax was planning to make Tempests. But having it been spotted, he's like, oh god, maybe I make a couple carriers? Because that's probably a more well-rounded unit. Hydra Den goes down for Shin. Because he knows. He's like, well, you're not going Tempest? I don't even need to build a Spire. I can just go Hydras. And I'm just going to shove with Hydras. I'm just going to try and kill you while your carrier count's low. Twilight Council goes down, but MaxPax is on a timer. If I was Shin here, like if this was a ladder game and I was in Shin's shoes, I would just all in. I would not build a single more drone. I'd be like, go, go, go. I wouldn't even bother with the Evo chamber. Shin clearly has a bit more of a well-rounded game plan, and I'm really curious to see what that is. Is it just a classic Hydra Bane? Or does he take it somewhere else? 7 queens with 3 more building. That's interesting. I thought he would just rely on Hydras and skimp on the queens. Shin playing very defensive, actually. A little bit more defensive than I thought. I thought he'd already be planning his own offense. MaxPax going for Mothership. 3rd carrier is building. Looks like he's going to go 4 carriers and Mothership, which is actually not bad against Hydras. And guess Charge to go with it. Storm would be excellent. No 4th carrier starting just yet, which I think is actually good for MaxPax. Now he tries to start it, but he's supply blocked. He's supply blocked. This is bad. It's bad for him. I mean, 4 carriers. That's not bad versus Hydra Queen. Dude, he's building 3 more queens. It's a Nidus. Yeah, it's a Nidus. The only reason you keep putting queens here, because they can't go off creep, is if you're going to Nidus Queen Hydra all in. Old school, baby. It's a good all in. MaxPax needs to realize that this is a threat and stay on 3 base here, but you know it's MaxPax, guys. And MaxPax is trained in Europe. And you know what you learn? What's the first rule of Europe StarCraft Club? You never don't expand. Oh, he's going to lose a carrier. Shin killing a carrier with queens. It's a disaster, mate. Oracle cleans up the Zerglings. Doesn't matter, though, because he's building a 4th. Like I said, the first rule of StarCraft European Fight Club, the Virgin Fight Club, as they call it, is always expand. Always take a 3rd, always take a 4th. It doesn't matter what's happening. That's going to cost him, because that's Mass Queen. You think Mass Queen, he's being defensive? Not if he adds a Nidus Worm to it. MaxPax is about to find out 2 weeks in a row that Shin is still the king of this matchup. We're on MaxPax Vision. Watch him panic. Hear it? He's looking around his base. You can see he's like, oh god, it's in my natural, isn't it? And he's like, oh no, it's there. He does have Mothership. Remember, guys, Mothership can kill about 26 Hydras single-handedly. But he's already lost a carrier. He's already lost a carrier to those queens. He's only got 2 out. They don't have full interceptor loads. Mama's going to come forward. She throws the Time Warp a bit too early. If he can get rid of the Nidus, it might be okay. He's going to take care of the Nidus. Nicely done. Oh, dude, he's got Archons. Dude, if MaxPax holds, this will be a legendary hold. Mama coming in. There's no Overseer. There's no Overseer. Oh, that's why he's running. Why is he running? He doesn't even have detection. He was not thinking there'd be a Mothership with this. 13 drones went down somewhere as well at the same time. I don't know what just happened to kill 13 drones, guys. Did you guys... Was it an Oracle? Where did the 13 drones just die? What? I think maybe a Zealot run by. Must have been a few Zealots got in there, or a couple of Adepts or something like that. Mama's up here. Dude, the Hydra's got frozen by a massive stasis as well. Mama! This is the most testy pop moment I've ever testy popped. Man, MaxPax popping my testy pops right now. That is brutal, dude. Carrier's coming forward. Another cloaking field. There is an Overseer. The Zealot Archon is crushing. Oh, no. Shin. Oh, Shin. He forgot to bring Overseers, and he just got totally wrecked. Apparently, it was 2 Adepts that counterattacked. People chat saying, oh, MaxPax. Didn't even see it coming. But the Mothership saves... I'm telling you guys, literally, I've seen this a few times in the last week. Where basically, I feel like Zerg and Protoss are both over having a play date. And then, like, it gets a little rough, as it should between 2 young boys, you know? Having a bit of sport, having a bit of a push and pull. And every time it gets a little rough, Protoss's mum comes in and puts Zerg in timeout. She's like, don't you touch Jimmy. He's a beautiful fragile soul, and she just saves the day so many times. She's saving the day. That's going to be the unit people rage about in a month. I'm okay with it, guys. Well, to be fair, it's kind of funny because you can't really use Mothership early versus Terran. I'm kind of okay with us making Protoss a little too strong versus Terran. It's kind of crazy to tap in versus Zerg, though. Damn, dude. This is crazy. Yeah. Because he just didn't have the Overseers with him for too long. And having to run away, and he's already lost 13 Hydras, which is the core of his damage. This is such a problem, dude. Obviously, Shin made a huge mistake in this game, attacking without detection. I don't think losing the drones matters at all. I think it's just you didn't bring Overseer, you didn't think about the Mothership being there. And to be fair, it seems kind of crazy that after having his carrier scouted, MaxPax went for Mothership. Because I thought even going the 3rd and 4th carrier was a bit crazy. But I think Shin was almost playing the mind game that like, oh, you're going to transition out of air because you can't just mass air when I've scouted it from the very start, which is, yeah, interesting. Obviously a huge mistake for him. Let's check what happened back here with the kills. So yeah, as the attack was going on, guys, he transfers his drones down to the 4th. The Adepts shade in. Neither player's watching because they're all fully focused on the front. And these two Adepts kill every drone on the 4th. And then they get in the natural and they kill even more. Wow. Damn. GG, well played, though. Unfortunate for Shin. I really thought he brought out all the clever tricks, the dirty ploys, and MaxPax not killing that Overlord in the back should have been a brutal punish, but he just loses a carrier, and then he just says, you know what? If you forget to bring detection against the guy who's got Mothership, I get the win. No, simple as that. Shin's got to feel like a proper dummy right now. Sucks. We've all been here. I've done this first Mothership before as well. GG, well played. Great comeback from MaxPax. Wins the 3-2.